sometimes the opportunities are given when you least expect them, and sometimes you gotta take them or make them. Nobody talks enough about the opportunity to make an opportunity for yourself. Well, whatever's for me will be for me. And I get it, but I think that's something that you should say after you've done every single thing that you can do to exhaust every avenue to make sure that it's not for you. That's not something you say at the beginning.
No way you can kill my mind for hold me till I scream for every.
Hey, my name is Kendall Hart. Welcome back to another video, another heart to heart. I'm so excited for this video per usual. This topic is one that I am just so blessed and privileged to be able to speak on and just give advice and help empower women to set up the career and the life that they want. Like, let's go after it. I think it's just so incredible because literally like 2 years ago, I was not in any position to be able to speak on this or give advice in any regard because I was actually going through the process. And now I'm here sitting in all of my blessings and all of my answered prayers in a career that I love. It's very lucrative, and I did that. Like, obviously there's help along the way, and I didn't do it by myself. We're gonna get into that, but it is just so amazing, and I want to help more people do this. Like, we need to be career oriented, we need to be go-getters, we need to be ambitious, driven women about our shit. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna be giving you guys really just steps, advice, whatever you want to call it, on how to obtain the life that you want, the life of your dreams, of your wildest desires, and really just career, because those two go hand in hand. This is going to be more specific to the career 9-to-5 driven women, but it can also go into anything like entrepreneurs, business owners. You know, there's so much transferable advice that I'm going to be giving, so buckle up, let's get into it. And I really just want to start out and give a little bit of my background just to establish some sort of credibility. I want to provide some sort of insight to like myself and my journey. I pride myself in being a very career-oriented, driven woman, and so yes, let me tell you why. So I am 24. I graduated from Southern University a year and a half ago in 2023 May, and during college I had 2 internships, actually 3 internships. One during COVID that doesn't really count in my head, but it counts on that resume. And then 2 actual real internships where I was going in person and actually doing the work. And then I graduated with a full-time offer. I'm in the oil and gas industry. I'm a mechanical engineer. Mechanical designs engineer is my title. And I got a job making 6 figures outside of college because I hustled, I did what I was supposed to do, and I exhibited those traits and those steps that we're going to talk about. And now I'm currently still in that job. I'm really so blessed and so grateful. Like, obviously engineering school is hard, everybody knows that, but it's not just about making good grades. Like, you literally have to go after what you want. Okay, and also before we get started, today's drink of the pod is actually going to be water. I know I normally do like a little wine or a cocktail, but I've been on a journey to just stop drinking as much, for one. Not altogether, we're not there yet. But just stop drinking just because, like, just to drink. And I was gonna start in the new year, but why not start now? So coming to you guys with a clear head, clear thoughts. This is actually serious and somewhat professional, so I guess it's fitting. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. So first things first, your mindset. Let's talk about it. It's literally so important to have a career-oriented, goal-oriented mindset and just an overall positive, good mindset in general. And let's talk about what that means, because everybody says, oh, you have to have the right mindset, you have to have a good mindset. But let's really like go into depth and talk about what that entails, because it's not just having a good positive mindset. Like, a positive mindset will only take you so far. Like, you need to be hungry, like a go-getter, and making things happen. And there's these small mindset shifts that you can do and that you can apply to every situation that will add up and that will give you an ultimate mindset shift. So changing your outlook on certain things little by little make your mindset shift completely in its entirety, and once it shifts, there's no going back. So what do I mean by this? you always have to have the big picture in mind, and you have to be a little bit delusional. Like, being realistic and logical is only going to take you so far. Like, you have to be a little bit delulu. Being delulu is the salulu. Like, when I was in college, for example, we had all these informationals, all these like little recruitment opportunities for people to come and talk to us about engineering and my industry. And there were a lot of people in my grade that was like, I'm not going to that. Like, they're just going to talk to you about it and try to get you to take a test and blah blah blah. The test is hard, whatever. I gotta study to me. You would have thought that I was meeting Bill Gates at those informationals the way I showed up, because in my head I might literally go to this thing, this informational, sit in on it, and afterward go make the best connection of my life. Like, I might go there, I'm gonna be well put together, and we'll talk about that later, but I might go there and something may happen that's life-changing. Like, you literally have to have a goal-oriented mindset. I'm doing this with the end goal of this. Like, you have to be a little bit delusional in that sense of why not? Like, it could happen, you know? And that's so important. Going into things like being like, oh, that's not the case, or oh, that's not gonna happen, is not gonna get you far at all. And I'm not saying go and do things that don't make sense and, you know, just be delusional and nobody can tell you anything. Be delusional to the point where you're treating the 1% chance as if it's the 100% chance. So, for instance, I'll use that same example. I'm going to this informational because there is a 1% chance that I might meet somebody and I might talk to them and they might offer me a job on the spot, or they might put me in contact with somebody who can offer me a job. That is the 1% chance. They're probably just going to talk to us and bore us to death, and they're going to waste an hour of my day. But I'm going to treat that 1% chance and be delusional as if it's a 100% chance. Because if there's a chance, there's a chance. So that's one thing. Another thing is having the discipline and the drive and the ambition and shifting your mindset to that. Because I hate the term, oh, you got to be motivated. You got to be motivated. I can't find the motivation. Like, babe, yes, you can. Everybody is motivated. I don't want to hear that you're not motivated. I don't want to hear that it's hard to find the motivation. Motivation is literally just a reasoning. You know when people kill people? This is like the best example I can think of. And they're like, what was his motive? What was his motive? Like, that's literally just a reason why. He killed his parents because he wanted the inheritance. That's just a reason. Everybody is motivated. I am working, right? I'm motivated to go to work and get up in the morning because I want to check. That's literally nothing without discipline. Like, you have to be disciplined. Discipline is what follows your motivation. Like, whether that's having a study regimen, having a routine, and I can get into so much on discipline and how that alters your life. But it's so true. Like, you have to be disciplined in the things that you want. There's no way that you are somebody who, because this is about career, you're somebody who wants your dream job. You want that corner office. You want to get hired on. You want a signing bonus. You want all these things. But you apply for one job in the last month, and that's really it. And you're not disciplined in going over your resume once a week. You're not disciplined in doing your cover letters. You're not disciplined in doing your follow-ups. Like, yeah, you're motivated because you want a job, but you're not disciplined to do everything that you can do to get that job. So discipline is so important. And that leads me into my next topic within having the right mindset. You have to start acting and thinking and being your future person. Whatever your goals are, whatever your intentions are, whatever woman, man, whoever you want to be, you have to start taking the steps first mentally, then physically will follow to be that person. You are somebody who wants to get to law school. You're somebody who wants a career. You're somebody who wants to go to medical school. And yeah, you're not there right now. That doesn't mean that you sleep all day, you party every weekend, you're just lacking discipline and you're just chilling until you get to that point. No, like, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't have a gap year, you can't live your life, you know, but there's boundaries and there's an extent to it. Like, literally think, if I were to have a job right now, would I be wasting time and sleeping all day and not really do anything, or would I be waking up and being productive? Obviously, you can't do exactly what your future self would do because you're not your future self and you're taking the steps to get there. But try to just do a little bit, like little shifts. Like, okay, if I had a job, I'd probably be up at 6 a.m. I don't have to get up at 6 a.m., but let me get up at 8 a.m. and just be productive and maybe do chores or maybe look for jobs. If I were a content creator, I would be answering emails right now. I'll be doing this. Okay, I can't answer emails because I don't have any offers or deals coming in. Maybe let me instead try to start reaching out to people, putting my media kit together, putting my portfolio together, doing certain things. Try to shift your mindset into acting and doing everything that your future self would be doing. Whatever your goals are, align your mindset with that and try to find fillers to where you can start doing tasks that emulate your future self. And I promise you, it will make such a world of a difference. So we talked about mindset, we talked about being goal-oriented, everything that falls under motivation, discipline. Let's go into the next little topic, preparation and being prepared, showing up presentable, and always being prepared for whatever opportunity, whatever outcome. And I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story. So my mom, this is something that has stuck with me. She is in pharmaceutical sales. She's had such a wonderful, amazing career. She's like my role model. I look up to her. She's just such a well-rounded, amazing, beautiful, smart, intelligent. I could just go on and on. She got her first job not by going to a career fair, not by doing an interview. Well, she eventually had to do an interview, but not by applying for jobs on LinkedIn. She literally was sitting on a plane and the person next to her was somebody who hired her, somebody that worked at her first ever like pharmaceutical cell company. And she was talking to him. Obviously she looked put together, she looked presentable. She had her little elevator speech, and not without even knowing, just talking to him about herself and presenting herself well and being prepared to speak about it at any time. He loved her and he offered her to come and do an interview, and that's how she got her first ever job. Saying all that to say, you literally just never know. Like, I could think of so many examples of why being prepared matters so much and how that can upgrade your life. Looking good, feeling good, being prepared. You're never going to be nervous if you're prepared. Like, I stand by that. Whether that's for an interview, whether that's for a business meeting, literally anything. And being prepared is also being intentional. Like, you have to be intentional about every single thing that you do. If you have a business or any type of entrepreneurship, you're a business owner, you should be prepared at all times. Like, you are your walking brand. So I've literally had people come up to me in Target, like, that are nail techs, like giving me business cards. That's intentional preparation. That will take you literally so far because you just never know. Like, everything is an opportunity. I also hate the phrase when people say, oh, just go, you never know what will happen. Like, you never know. While that is true, you shouldn't treat that situation like that. Like, that's just something that, okay, yeah, you never know what will happen, so you prepare yourself. You shouldn't treat it as, oh, I'm gonna just go and see what happens. You should treat it as, I never know what's gonna happen, so I'm gonna go prepared for that to happen. Not, I mean, I'm just going just to go because you never know what's gonna happen, so I'll just wear some jeans and a shirt. And you know you're supposed to wear business casual. Even from, like, literally when I was in high school, I was getting recruited. I played volleyball in college. So there was so many schools, and this is where I learned this the most. Like, there were schools I literally would never even have seen myself at, and I had preconceived notions of these schools. So when I was talking to the coach in the beginning, it would be like kind of like a lackadaisical attitude, like, whatever, I'm just talking to her just to check a box, just to talk to her. And Southern is actually where I graduated from, and that was one of those schools that I had that idea and that mindset of. And I remember my mom told me, she's like, you need to get your attitude together. Like, we were literally in the hotel. She was like, you don't know, this could be your dream school. You're treating it as if, you know, you already know what's going to happen. Be prepared when you go there. Have your questions you want to ask her. Have all this stuff. And I did. And I loved it. And I went there and I accepted the offer. And that was the best decision I've ever made, still to this day. Like, no student loans. I was happy. I met lifelong friends there. I had a great college experience, full ride. Like, and I did that because I was prepared. I intentionally prepared for the best case scenario. You don't want to prepare for the worst case scenario, which is you not liking it or you not getting the opportunity or, you know, it being a waste of time. You want to prepare for the best case scenario, which is you go to Walmart as a nail tech and you find 5 clients because you had your business cards. You don't want to go into it thinking like, whatever, it's raining outside, I'm gonna put my business cards at home, I'll just do it the next time. Like, no, prepare no matter what. There's been so many times where I've gotten job offers and they've said to me, wow, like, I could just tell you're so prepared. Like, and even if you're not really prepared, at least try to give the impression that you are, okay? Be prepared for every opportunity, because sometimes the opportunities are given when you least expect them, and sometimes you gotta take them or make them. Like, people always say, take advantage of every opportunity. Yeah, that's true. But also sometimes you have to take your own opportunities. Like, nobody talks enough about the opportunity to make an opportunity for yourself. Yeah, it's easy for you to apply for a job and then they email you back. But sometimes you gotta take your opportunity. That is the laziest thing ever if you're just waiting for stuff to always come to you and you're just doing the bare minimum. Oh, if it's for me, it's gonna be for me. Like, while that's true, sometimes you have to do a little bit of extra legwork because it might be for you, but there might just be a little bit of extra work that you have to do because it's worth having. Like, stuff that's worth having, you might have to do a little bit of extra. And that doesn't mean it's not for you. That just means, like, you have to do a little bit more to get it. Because there's levels to this shit. Like, and that's something that I hear a lot. And I find it to be a very complacent mindset of people being like, well, whatever's for me will be for me. Like, if it works, it doesn't work, whatever. And I get it, but I think that's something that you should say after you've done every single thing that you can do to exhaust every avenue to make sure that it's not for you. That's not something you say at the beginning. Even, for instance, I'll tell another story. I'm so, like, story oriented, so this is how I make things make sense. But I was in college. I wanted a job. I was making my little stipend from volleyball, but I still wanted a job. It just wasn't paying the bills. What bills did I have? Girl, I can't even tell you, but I just wanted a job. So I had been applying for, like, you know, a month and a half, and I had barely been getting follow-ups, and they were, like, kind of at the jobs I didn't really want, just the ones I was, like, mass applying for. And so one day I was driving by J. Alexander's, a little restaurant, and I was like, you know what, I applied for them 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything. I'm gonna go inside and talk to whoever's in there. Like, I'm gonna get a job because I'm tired of just waiting around. So I went in there, and this also comes with me being prepared. That was a day where I always went outside. Obviously, I didn't have on interview clothes, but I had something presentable. You know, I was covered up. I looked good. My hair was in a bun, whatever. I asked for the manager. He's like, yeah, what's going on? Like, I was like, oh, yeah, I actually applied. I was wondering if I could speak with you for a little bit. I really want to work here, whatever I said. And he's like, yeah, let's do an interview right now. You got time? I'm like, yeah. Because I was prepared, and I did that with the intention to get a job. So I knew I was walking out of there with a job if I did that interview. Because in my head, I get the interview, I get the job. So I sat down with him, and we talked, and he hired me on the spot. And that's what I'm talking about taking advantage of the opportunity. Had I just said, oh, well, it's clearly not for me. If it's for me, it's going to be for me. Let me just, whatever, I guess that job wasn't for me. I wouldn't have been making $400 a night in college at J. Alexander having fun, because that was like a fun little job. Waiting tables, meeting all kinds of people. Sometimes you have to take the opportunity. It's not always going to come to you. You know, like, do everything that you can and then say, oh, well, it wasn't for me. After you've done everything that you can do. Let somebody tell you no. You know what I mean? Like, the worst that can happen is they could say no. And I believe that. I feel like people just be saying that. I believe that. I'm the type of person, like, you know, when your mama cooks and your friend really loves the food and she wants another plate, and so she tells you, can you go get me another plate, or can you ask your mom if I can have another plate? I was never, like, I'm not that type. I'll just ask. Like, she's gonna say yes. If not, she just says no. Like, I never cared. Like, I don't know, I guess that maybe that falls into social anxiety, but I never was like, I don't care. I have no problem asking. I don't care how embarrassing it is, how stupid I think my question is. Like, I've never been that type, and I feel like it's gotten me so far in life. The worst they can say is no. Let somebody tell you no. Don't close any doors on your own, and take advantage of those opportunities. This next one kind of goes into what I talked about earlier, like shifting your mindset and acting like your future self. Pay attention to what you're spending your time on. Pay attention to what your free time outside of you being productive is spent on. And I had to check myself too on this earlier this year. Like, I have all kinds of projects and side hustles and businesses and things that I want to do, but I'm sitting here scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours at night when I could be doing my devotional, when I could be working on my business, when I could be creating content or editing content. And that's not to say work, you can't have any fun, but like excessive amounts of free time can be used for other things. Like, check that screen time. I had to check my screen time and limit my screen time, and it really humbled me. And I'm sure a lot of people would be in the same boat if you check that screen time. Find hobbies, like real actual hobbies that will help you in some aspects. Like reading is a good one. Reading makes you so much smarter. It makes your vocabulary bigger, and it's enjoyable. It's fun. I mean, it depends on who you are, but yeah, just filling your time with things that are going to better you and not just things that are like brain rot. Like I said, scrolling on TikTok. Or the hobbies that you already have, maybe spend a little bit more time indulging in them. I'm bettering myself. I'm doing something that's conducive to my growth rather than just feeding my short-term satisfactions. Limiting your distractions from your goals. And like I said, I'm not saying you can't have a free life, you can't have free time, you can't indulge a little bit. But if you're more so indulging than you are trying to better yourself and reach your goals, then that's not good, because you're going to get as much out of it as time that you put in. So if you're putting in more time in just chilling and relaxing and like taking a nap, or that's another thing I had to stop doing, taking a nap, or I'll just take a quick 20-30 minute power nap. But if you're putting more time into scrolling on TikTok, being on Instagram, being on the phone, all this different stuff than you are into your business, your endeavors, applying for jobs, networking, working out, working on your content, whatever it is that you may be doing, working on your law school application, your med school applications, whatever it is that you may be doing right now in life that's part of your goals, if you're putting more time into your leisure activities, you can't expect to yield results. That's just not, that's ludicrous. Like, that's just not something that is a fair expectation. You will be better for it if you start limiting those distractions. And that leads me into my last topic. I'm gonna intentionally keep this brief because I do have plans in the future of maybe making a separate video on this when I talk more around STEM and engineering and all of that. But networking. Who you know will take you so much farther than what you know. What you know is something that gets you once you've already gotten through the door. Who you know will get you through the door. Having a network and having people around you can be used for so many different things. Support in all aspects, emotional support, financial support. Sometimes somebody in your network may know a scholarship opportunity. They may have a side job for you. Like, you just never know what your network of people can do. And I feel like a lot of times the best lessons and advice that I've gotten has been from my mentors or like people that are close for me. It's so easy to look on TikTok how to do this, how to do that, and they'll give you generic. But if you really want a career and you really want to be that ambitious, go-getter, successful woman, the real tea, the real juicy advice, the stuff that is not just open common knowledge, is coming from those individuals that want you to succeed. Like, you have to have those people in your corner that want you to do good. It is so hard to be at the top, like the pinnacle of success, have a good job, you know, have a good, lucrative, long-standing career by yourself. Like, you're not doing that by yourself. You need people to be in those rooms to talk about you when you're not there. You need people to vouch for you. You need people to support you and uplift you. You need people to show you the way. And that's not to say, oh, you're not self-sufficient, but no, like, it's so true. It's so important. Treat every situation as networking. Don't ever be closed-minded when it comes to meeting somebody. You may go to an event thinking that you're gonna meet somebody to help you get a job, and you meet somebody that knows a specialty doctor for your mama that's sick, or you just found you a new hairstylist, or you have a side project that you're working on and this person is really well versed and they can help you kind of launch that. Or you meet somebody that has the same interest as you. Like, now you have somebody to do your unique hobby with. Like, you just literally never know. And that's just a testament to, you need to treat everything like networking. Like, don't ever be closed-minded, like, oh, I'm not talking to them, they don't have the qualifications that I was looking for, or they're not anybody that can teach me anything. You have to humble yourself and be so open to where you never know who you're gonna meet or how they could impact your life. You know, like, you have to treat every situation as if it is an opportunity, a networking opportunity. Like, I literally just got back from St. Martin. I'm always sitting in the window side, so I'll always talk to the person in the middle and in the aisle seat. Like, I'm saying, hey, where are you coming from? Like, I'm probably that annoying person on the plane. And so I was talking to this one lady, and she went on a mission trip, and she was just coming back from a mission trip, and we talked about it. I didn't even know that was going to be a networking connection. I was just talking to her, but I treated it like such. So when she told me, ding, 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 one thing I'm interested in, I'm gonna ask her questions. I'm gonna get her information. I'm gonna get everything that I need out of that interaction because I'm treating it like a networking opportunity, even though that wasn't really my intention. I was just trying to say hey and show face. So now I have her email, and next year I'm gonna be on a mission trip with them, God willing. So you just have to treat everything like an opportunity because it very well might be. Always follow up. So it's not networking to just go into an event and you're talking to them and then that was it. Obviously, you want to get their information. You want to follow up with them. It was so nice meeting you at that event and just having those like-minded people in your corner. And networking will get you in events and spaces that you normally wouldn't be in by yourself. You know, like it will open doors for you just based off of who you know, somebody liking your energy. And when you're networking with these people, finding things in common with them is so important. And it's like a chain reaction. Like I said earlier, you want to make hobbies, you want to limit your distractions, you want to read books, you want to do all these different things with your free time, being and acting like the woman that you want to be in the future. For me, in the future, I want to be so well-rounded and knowledgeable, and part of that is having hobbies and having different interests aside from going to the club and drinking or whatever I used to do in college. I want to have different interests. Like I want to be in the best physical, mental shape. So I've started doing different things. Now I start to read. I started doing more creative things like cooking classes. I started building Legos and just anything to feed my creative thoughts. And now I have 6 more things that I can talk to people about whenever I do go network. I'm able to start conversations more and find different things in common because I do more. I know it's hard because people always tell you that you need a network, but they don't really tell you how to network. So I will touch on that in a more engineering specific based video. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is it. I hope that you guys can take away some of these tips. I hope that you feel empowered, that you can go out and be the woman, the driven, career-oriented, go-getter woman that you want to be, or man. But yes, that is it. Before I leave, I want to first and foremost say thank you for all of the support that I've been getting on really all of my platforms. This year has been so amazing, and I don't mean that lightheartedly, I really am so grateful. I'm about to hit 10K on YouTube. I don't know when, but I'm pretty close. So I wanted to do a little giveaway. So if you care and you want to enter the giveaway, stay tuned. If not, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, for my real wins, for the people that stayed. So for this giveaway, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. Just know that it's going to be all of my Sephora Favs. So it'll be a box. It'll be delivered to your house. It's going to be all of skincare, body care, makeup, all of my essential faves in one little box. And the rules for this giveaway, I'll also have them in the description box, so don't worry. But I want you to, number 1, follow me on all my platforms. So I don't care about Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Screenshot it, and this is going to be on Instagram. That's where the submission is happening. DM me your screenshots, so there should be 3 screenshots, and then I want you to send my favorite YouTube video of yours to 3 of your best friends. It could be in a group chat, it could be individually, it can be in a heart-to-heart, a vlog, whatever your favorite video is, or the video that made you subscribe, whatever you want, send it to me. My next video is going to be a vlog, so probably my next heart-to-heart, which will be in 2025. Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to be announcing the winner. I'll put in everybody's Instagram handles and I'll spin a wheel on my actual channel. So yes, I'm very excited. Please, please, please enter. It's free. Why not? One more thing. If you are entering the giveaway, comment on this video giveaway with a little heart or whatever, just so that I can know that you're entering, that you're participating, and I'll be on the lookout for those DMs. And yes, thank you guys for the support. I'm so blessed and grateful to be able to do this. I'm excited about it. Love you.